Hello YouTube, I am here to do another quick update. The lighting is pretty horrible because it's like 9:30 at night and I'm gonna try to be quiet because my little girl is asleep and I'm sure my husband will walk through that door any moment, so it's messy as usual. But I just wanted to give an update because my last video I updated all the way up until 12 weeks. I am now almost 17 weeks. I will be 17 weeks in 2 days. And we have some exciting news. We found out a week ago, Saturday, that we are having a boy. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. We really couldn't I mean, we couldn't have been sad either way, honestly. Of course, we had a boy and a girl name picked out, so it just becomes so much more personal to me when I know the gender, because then I know their name and we like call them by that and talk to them about that, you know. And the only reason I will say that I was so happy it was a boy was because for the last couple of weeks I've just really felt like in my heart and in my gut that it was going to be a boy. And so it's just nice to be right. It's just nice to know that, like, you know, I know I only had a 50% chance, so but it's just kind of fun that, you know, a mother's intuition or whatever. And so I was really happy that I was right, but either way, we just went to like one of those ultrasound places, so it wasn't at the doctor's office, but it was super fun and the place was wonderful. We didn't do that with my first pregnancy. We just waited until the anatomy scan and that was fine, but this was a really cool experience. And you know, I was so glad we did it. We got tons of pictures and video, and we didn't pay for this, but she even popped up the you know, the 3D imaging, so it was fun. It was so fun. And anyway, so we're having a little boy. We're so excited. It's kind of fun too, because even though it's our second child, you know, we still have something new to look forward to. Of course, we would look forward to a girl too. It sounds so bad when I say it like that, but you know, we still get to buy some boy stuff and you know, prepare for a little man, I guess. Symptoms since my 12 weeks, my nausea is so much better. I'm pretty much not sick at all anymore. I think the last time I actually even threw up, I was like 14 weeks pregnant. And so it's so nice not to be sick or nauseous anymore. The only time I ever feel, Teak, no, he's trying to lick me. The only time I ever feel nauseous is if you know, it's been too long since I've eaten and, you know, I really shouldn't wait. Other than that, I'm, you know, never really sick. I can finally eat normal again. I'm not eating keto. I'm still trying to eat low carb, I guess, lower carb than you would normally, because normally it'd be like 200 to 300 carbs a day, and I'm staying around 100. So I'm not in keto range, but I'm still gonna stay low carb just to try to keep my, like, you know, what is it? Glycemic, what is it? Gosh, now I can't think of the word. Whatever. I'm trying to not raise my blood sugar as much as possible and get as much fats and proteins in as I can as well, because I do feel a lot better on the days that I have more, you know, olive oil and avocados and, you know, good nuts and good fats and proteins than the days that I have high carb days. So I just feel better that way, and I just feel like I just need to listen to my body and continue to, you know, eat that way and follow that kind of diet. So But it's nice now that I'm not nauseous that I can actually eat healthy things. I was so sick. The thought of an avocado made me want to hurl, and so now I can at least, I don't know, have my normal foods again. My migraines, unfortunately, are still coming strong. With Emery, they stopped at like 11 or 12 weeks. They were done. I like maybe had one or two more throughout the rest of my pregnancy, throughout the second and third trimester. But with this time around, they haven't stopped. I'm still looking at about one a week, sometimes one every other week, which isn't horrible. I mean, it's still manageable. It's not 2 to 3 a week like they start out as in the first trimester, but still a big pain in the butt. So I'm trying not to take butabitol, or that's the generic version of Fioricet. It is a category C drug, so I just try not to take it as often if I can avoid it. If I have someone here to help me with my daughter, or if she's down for a nap, I try to just take Tylenol. The last time I had one was on Monday, 4 days ago, and I just took Tylenol, and I put so much peppermint oil on my neck and on my head that I was like cold. Like I had to get under my covers because I was cold because I had so much peppermint oil on, but it did the trick. I closed my eyes, and about an hour later, I was feeling normal again, and that was the whole time my daughter was asleep, and my husband was home, so even if she woke up, he could tend to her. And I was super proud of myself because I didn't have to take the Fioricet. Anyway, so I'm trying to deal with my migraines without taking the butabitol if it is possible. Now, there was a couple times last week that I was out and about, driving around running errands, and I got a migraine and I couldn't drive. So I had to pull over in the shade. I took my butabitol or Fioricet, whatever you want to call it, and gave Emery my phone with a show on it, and I leaned my seat back and waited for it to pass as much as I could. My vision gets so bad that it's not safe for me to drive at all. So I just don't even risk it. But that has happened a couple times, and in those times I just have to take the Fioricet and, try to get rid of it as soon as possible. So that's kind of a bummer, and I'm hoping that, they'll slow down. I am going to the chiropractor regularly, and that does seem to keep them away for about 2 weeks, so I just try to stay on top of that as much as I can. So I was worried, let me back up. The day before our ultrasound, I was worried that we were going to go in and something bad was going to be happen or something like that, because I hadn't felt him move yet. And with Emery, I had felt flutters at like 15 weeks and 4 or 5 days or something like that. It was pretty early. And then I felt it consistently after the first time I felt it. Well, by 16 weeks, I still hadn't felt anything. And I think I had set myself up to fail, honestly, because I was like, oh, this is my second, so, I'm going to feel them earlier than I felt my first. Well, I didn't, and so it was kind of making me nervous and, just anxious. And of course, we went into the ultrasound and everything was fine, but she put, the thing on, and I could see him, but he wasn't moving. And so I couldn't breathe until she found his heartbeat. She immediately found his heartbeat and everything was fine. And then he started jumping around the screen, so I was worried for no reason. I do have an anterior placenta, so it's in the front, and that's probably why I couldn't feel him. But the next day, so at 16 weeks one day, I felt him move, and I felt him every single day since. So, and it actually wasn't even flutters. It was a full-on like kick or jab or something, and it's been like that every day since. So I don't feel him all day or anything like that, but I'll feel him a couple times a day, especially at night when I've settled down and he's a little more active, so that's kind of fun. So again, I worried for no reason, but I'm sure there's more of that to come. We do have our anatomy scan scheduled for September 24th, and now I'm anxious to get that done, and I just want to, you know, make sure he's okay and that everything's developing the way that it should. But I'm sure everything's great. Other than that, pregnancy has been great. The second trimester has been wonderful to me. We've been able to get our house put back together. I feel like things are getting back in order. My life is getting back in order now that I can, you know, I'm not on bed rest and I'm not so sick all the time. And weather is starting to get really nice here. We've been able to go to the park a ton, and Emery just freaking loves it. So anyway, life is absolutely wonderful, and we are just so excited to welcome our little boy in February. So I think that's it for this update. I will put a bump date, I'm so tired. I will put a bump picture up at the end of this video. The bump is big, like it is loud and proud. I'm about as big now as I was with my first at like 20 weeks. So, and I'm almost 17 weeks. And I know you show earlier in your second, but like I'm way into maternity clothes. No turning back at this point. Like it's just huge. I seriously feel like a whale already. But I love it. I love the bump. It's just freaking me out how big it is already. So anyway, I'll post a picture at the end of this video, and I'll update you all in a few weeks. Okay, bye.